Welcome back, Tyche family. If you are returning to the channel, I'm glad to see you again. If you are new, welcome. I hope you find some guidance here. Today, we are going to jump into the cards and see what the end of September has in store for us. Good news, we're in the beginning of spooky season, and hopefully the end to these retrogrades. There are 6 of them right now. I definitely salute all of you that have gone through it. So let's get over to the table, let's shuffle the cards and see what we have in store. All right, Tyche family, we are here for an all signs reading. This reading is for the person that has been on your mind right now. This is a love reading, just to get a little bit of clarity about that person that's on your mind or popping up in your head or popping up in your dreams. Maybe even in your DMs. It all depends. I am using 2 decks here. I do have this Oracle deck. I will be starting off with this one and then moving into the Alphonse Mucha Tarot deck, one of my favorites. Let's see what we have. There we go. I draw 3 of these. We have the Owl Spirit, the Deer Spirit, and the lovely Dog Spirit. Oh, she looks like my dog. All right, so the Owl Spirit is you see clearly now, okay? The Deer Spirit, bring a gentle touch, and a Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love. And I think that is going to be the core of this issue right now. Just saying, it's jumping out at me. See, Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. I think that this is you gaining perspective or some sort of wisdom from a past relationship, or maybe even dealing with this person in the past. Maybe they're coming back around again and you see clearly now. You know who they are. You know what you're getting yourself into. You have a little bit better perception. If this is somebody you haven't been around with a couple of times, you've learned from past relationships what to do and what not to do, what to expect, and when to not let people take advantage of you, right? Bring a gentle touch. I think that this is kind of the other end of the scale here. I know that you seeing clearly now and also be loyal to what you love could really talk a little bit about being jaded and being hurt, and bringing a gentle touch is just a little bit of a warning saying, hey, when you're dealing with people in the future or anybody that's coming in, make sure you're not taking out the pain of past relationships on that person, while at the same time being loyal to what you love, meaning making sure that you're not losing yourself in a relationship. And kind of what I'm seeing now with the dog and the owl spirit together is that maybe when you get in a relationship or have in the past, you kind of meld yourself into that person. Have you ever seen somebody who gets in a relationship and all of a sudden they have a shared Facebook account, or they all do the same hobbies? They just don't seem like individuals, and it seems like one person is always losing their identity in the other. I think that that's what this warning is. Be loyal to what you love and what you want, and see clearly. Let's see what the tarot cards have here about this person on your mind. So we're going to start out with the foundation of what we have here. So we have some really great cards. We're starting off with the Sun, the Queen of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles here. I really feel like this is you or them being in a really wonderful spot in their life right now. I think maybe in the past, there's definitely been trials and tribulations. Everybody has that. But right now, you're coming up as being in a light spot right now. And if you aren't, this is where you're going to be when this person comes into your life in a serious manner, at least. We have the Queen of Cups. You are ready to love again. But the one thing I always like to point out about the Queen of Cups is she's got a lid on her cup, and a lot of the other, cup cards do not. This is you seeing clearly, right? This is you ready to love, but also being cautious about where you allow that love to come or flow from. And then the 6 of Pentacles, I do feel like this is you kind of being generous, right? I feel like maybe you've been closed off for a long time. Now you're finally ready to start putting yourself out there and start, playing the field a little bit. And I think that that's when this person showed up or will show up. We got here. Okay. Just here. Interesting. So coming up for them, I have all reversed cards. I have the Two of Wands reversed, the Hangman reversed, and the Four of Swords reversed. So I'm really feeling like this person wastes no time, right? Maybe they come on really strong. And what we want to make sure here is that they're just eager and they're not trying to love bomb you in any way. And what I mean by love bomb is they come in really smooth. They compliment you all the time. They say wonderful things. They sweep you off your feet, but then that makes it easy for them to hide things about themselves that they don't want you to know. So they are definitely coming in hot, right? They are in your DMs. They are chatting you up. They're probably thinking about you all the time. But if they're not doing this yet, I really think that they're going to, or they're thinking about it for sure. Let's draw some cards for this situation here. So we have the Eight of Swords, the Tower, and we have the Wheel of Fortune here. So I really feel like we're coming out of a cycle, right? I feel like there was a time in the past when you felt stuck, where you really had allowed yourself to be in a trap of either your own making or unfortunately an abuser's making. And that could be, emotionally in whatever way. But then you have this Tower moment here. And I think this Tower moment really kind of freed you up to come into this Sun card here. The Wheel of Fortune, after this cycle ended and whatever happened in a previous relationship or situation, allowed the Wheel of Fortune to turn and bring some better things your way, whether that's you reconnecting with friends that you have become isolated from, or healing some trauma that maybe you went through with this person. But it does look like you've come out of it intact and you're protective of yourself. And I think that's why when this person comes in really hot and they're really just knocking down your door, trying to tell you how beautiful you are and how much they love you, that you are really very cautious, right? You're not sure what to think of it, just because you've come out of whatever this, situation is. All right. Right, so the near future that's going to be coming up for you really quickly, we have the World, we have the Knight of Wands, and then the Three of Wands. So the World, I really believe, is you kind of living in your wish fulfillment here. This is also how I believe they see you. They see you as being very mature. They see you as being very desirable, whether you're funny or you're smart or you have something about you that draws them to you. Obviously, they do think you're very attractive, but I think that there's some other magnetism that you have, whether that's the what if or they've never been with anyone like you before. But you'll know what it is because they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you what it is. They're going to tell you that you're funny. They're going to tell you that you're smart or whatever it is that they admire about you. But you're definitely coming off as the World card to them. The Knight of Wands here, I feel like this is. It's funny too in this card because even the look on his face, he's got that look of that men make at the gas station when they're trying to holler at you when you're putting gas in your car. It's really just and the volcano in the back as well. Like I keep saying, coming in hot. It's like the volcano, right? They are really sexually attracted to you. There's a lot of kinetic energy that I feel like they're presenting you or pushing your way. And I think that possibly could do one or two things. It could be overwhelming to you or it could be exciting. But I do have the Three of Wands here, and I do feel like this is, you may be really considering that, right? He's looking out into the base, looking at the ships that are coming in, and it's just kind of an idea of what's out there. So I feel like they can elicit two emotions from you, and that's a little bit of caution, but also excitement, right? So let's get a couple of cards to see what this excitement could lead to. Yeah, okay, so we have the Four of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Death card here. So I really feel like this person, they're very amorous, right? They're very flirty. They love to wear their emotions on their sleeve. But I think that what you do need to be careful of is that they might be a little choosy or a little fickle, right? Or maybe they are flirting with multiple people at once, or maybe you're flirting with multiple people at once. The cloud here in this card is offering a cup. But the woman in this card is looking down at the cups on the ground and not the one up here in the sky. So what I'm really thinking is this is somebody who is considering options that are okay options, but this really great option, the one up here in the sky, the one that's really worth reaching for, they're not even paying attention to. So I would just be careful that you are not looking at more boring options just because you think they're safer, right? Just because you're scared that that this is just too much for you, right? So you have the Knight of Swords coming in here. You know, it's connected or touching this Knight of Wands. I really do feel like this is a person who acts maybe kind of impulsively. And I think it's also a warning for you not to act impulsively. I think that you might be quick to try to cut them off when they come on this strong. But I think that sometimes the Knights, they're not very mature energy, and sometimes they can cut things out of their lives that maybe might not be that bad, right? So you have the Death card here. I'm going to draw two clarifiers for this because it is right next to our Three of Wands, and that's the excitement, and that's the really considering this adventure. So when we have the Death card, it can mean a new beginning, right? Or it could mean an ending to this situation, right? So I want to clarify to see if that's negative or positive. And we have the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So I do feel like this is going to kind of manifest itself in a way where there's going to be some sort of disappointment here for sure. I feel like one person, whether that is you or them, is going to be really invested or really excited in this new connection. And I do feel like the Seven of Swords, he's really trying to collect these swords on the battlefield. But I do feel like there is some sort of sneakiness here. There's some sort of it's like a card of winning, but a card of winning in the wrong way, out of deceitfulness, right? And I think that maybe they might say or do things to win you over that seem really great, but maybe aren't very truthful, right? The Ten of Swords here, I mean, this one's pretty obvious. It's a gruesome card, but I do think that it is some pain coming in, honestly, and I think it might arise from all of this smokescreen that's created when they are reaching out to you and telling you all these wonderful things. So there's a very fine balance, it looks like, in this reading where you're cautious and excited, and you don't want to turn away a person who could be good to you just because you are just too jaded or scared to move forward with it. But you also don't want to put yourself out there and be vulnerable in a way that will get you hurt again, right? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles, I really feel like this is you. You've worked really hard towards your sun moment here. So I feel like that's you just not wanting to lose that. We do have the Fool. And I really think that this, of course, you have so many cards of new beginnings here, honestly. You have the Tower that happened in the past. You have the Death card that happens in the near future. And then you have the Fool card that happens again here in, even further in the future. I am thinking, though, let's draw some cards and see. So there's some sort of disappointment or hurt here that you see that there's a little bit of deceit. But then we have the Fool card here. So I'm sort of wondering, Are you going to have a back and forth with this person? Is it like, are you guys going to break up and get back together again? Are you starting another cycle like that? Yeah. Okay. So you have the Ace of Cups reversed, the Two of Coins reversed, yeah, and the Seven of Cups reversed. So I really feel like, unfortunately, I do feel like you are excited by this connection, and I think they are too. I think you guys start with really good intentions. It does feel like that there might be the beginning of another toxic cycle here, unfortunately. Usually my new beginning cards I do see as positive, but I'm just seeing too many of them here, and it makes me think that this can be an on again, off again sort of connection. You guys don't even have to become boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe you guys start having something casual, which is like really electric and really like sexy, right? But then one of you ghosts the other one, or they ghost you, or you start talking to somebody else and they start talking to somebody else. Feelings are hurt, time goes by, and you guys start up again, and you guys have fun, and you do all of these things. And being casual with somebody is not the problem here. I think the problem is that there is an intention of it being something more, and somebody reneging on that, and that's where the issues happen. Fortunately, but unfortunately, you guys are very attracted to one another. I really feel that way, and I think that's why this cycle goes on. Let's just draw out some final cards here. Some words of advice. All right, so we have the Empress, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. So I really feel like the overall message here is that this person can kind of throw you off your game and turn you upside down. You're the Empress upside down here. But you have the Ace of Swords really upright here. And this is like a sudden inspiration or epiphany card for me, especially in a relationship reading. I think it's an epiphany of like, wow, this is the beginning of a toxic cycle, right? So you're the Ten of Wands here, which that's really you just gathering up all of those feelings and emotions and pulling them close. And if you could see this card, specifically in this deck, she's holding all of those wands really closely, but she has a very serene, calm look on her face. Like she is handling this. She's got this shit, right? So I really feel like this cycle could start, and it could be like toxic situations in the past. And at the bottom of the deck, I have Justice here too. So I think that really this is just kind of like a red flag of a warning, saying that you, to keep your peace and to stop yourself from going through these cycles, need to identify what's happening and make a conscious decision to disengage. I know it's really hard when you're super attracted to somebody and you get all of those awesome feelings of excitement and pleasure and everything. But that, it looks like, has gotten you in trouble in the past. And you know what they say about the universe? They're going to keep throwing lessons at you until you learn them. And, you know, if we are bringing toxic people towards us and we're pulling them close, we are in that toxicity, and we need to disengage, and leave ourselves open for better things. So I really think that, this Owl Spirit card you see clearly now, I think that this is you seeing this person from a mile away, understanding and stopping yourself, especially when you feel that intense attraction, really trying to be logical about the situation and really try to not lose yourself, because that is the most important message here. Do what you love. Be who you are. Don't get in this cycle again. All right. If that resonated, please let me know all about it in the comments. If you would like some more details on this and you would like a private reading from me, the link for that is in the description, along with my email. As always, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I'd really appreciate it. All right, guys. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.